Howdy folks, my name is Gabriela and today I'm making pumpkin pie. But not just any pumpkin pie. This little sucker is gluten-free, can be made dairy-free very easily, and can fool the most discerning palates. So it has been widely circulated among random people, unbeknownst to them, that they are tasting a gluten-free, dairy-free concoction, and they had no idea. They just say, it tastes amazing. So I feel like I have a winner for you guys here. First, we're going to do the crust. The crust is very easy. 4 ingredients, and they are oat flour, crushed almonds or finely cut almonds, butter, and what's the other one? Maple syrup to give a little sweetness and moisten things up a bit. So if you wanted to make this a dairy-free crust, you could make, you can use organic palm shortening. And this is 3/4 cup chopped almonds, and then I've got 3/4 cup oat flour. And if you're super sensitive, like if you're full-blown celiac, I'm really sorry, but go ahead and make sure that you buy the certified gluten-free oats, just because of cross-contamination. So we've got that. Oh, I'm gonna need a whisk. I love whisking. Just mix this up and throw in 6 tablespoons of butter or shortening, palm shortening. So we're just gonna cut the butter in with 2 knives, and then we're going to add a overflowing 1 tablespoon of pure maple syrup. That's looking pretty good, right? Now we're going to just smooth this out. And this crust holds together very well, actually. And that's nice because that can sometimes be difficult when you're dealing with gluten-free. And then with a small spatula, you just use that to smooth off the sides here. Okay, so this is the finished product. Looking good, huh? I'm just gonna poke it a little bit here so that when it rises it doesn't crack on us. So that's what we're gonna do. Stick it in the oven for about 8 to 10 minutes, 350 degrees. All right, now that we've got the crust cooking, we're gonna tackle the filling. Now, yeah, we're just gonna take a can of pumpkin, and then we'll start with 2 eggs and whisk those together. I like to use cage-free eggs whenever possible. Yeah, oh my gosh. Anyway, hey, it was very effective. Pretty much took out everything in the can, so I know what I'm doing, really. I'm really excited to show y'all my skill in cracking eggs. So, when I was little, I would watch Audrey Hepburn movies. I still do, and I love them. But what really fascinated me was in the old Sabrina with Audrey Hepburn and Humphrey Bogart and William Holden. Anyway, she's over in France, Paris, France, and she's at a cooking school, and they start with like the hilariously most fundamental things about cooking. Like the first day was how to boil water correctly. The second day was how to crack an egg correctly. And I was like, oh, how are they gonna do this, okay? This is how we do it. Ta-da! I love classic movies, and you know, apparently they have a lot of wisdom to teach us in the culinary aspects of life. So, but yeah, just take the egg and then crack it, and then use your 2, like your pointer finger and your 3rd finger to just kind of press it, and then the last 2 fingers to pull the shell back. It makes you feel like super cool in the kitchen when you can crack open an egg with 1 hand. So, just kind of whisk up. Right, now we're going to take 1 cup of vanilla unsweetened almond milk. I like using vanilla. I just love vanilla, period, so anything that I can have already flavored vanilla is great for me. I always do unsweetened milk. You could also use rice milk or hemp seed milk, whichever you prefer, and always try to go for unsweetened. I just think it's an easy way to keep the sugar count low. Now we're gonna put in 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract. And I just love vanilla, like I said, in everything. Sometimes I can go a little overboard, but this is just the right amount. A word to the wise, just always be aware of reading the labels on all your flavorings and extracts, what you want to be looking out for is propylene glycol and high fructose corn syrup or artificial flavorings, things like that. Really the only things you want to be seeing on a label for flavoring or extract is water, alcohol, and then the oil of whatever, oil of almond or, you know, what is this called? Vanilla, vanilla bean, something like that. So always be aware of that. That's just easy thing you can do there. Okay, now we're going to get to the fun part and put in some of the spices. And like I said, I feel like I worked really hard on the spice blend because I like a good balance between the pumpkin flavor, sweet, and then the spices. So kind of reminds me of the pumpkin pie we used to have when I was a kid, which is always the point, right? It's all about nostalgia. Okay, so I put in 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. And then I'm going to go with 1/2 teaspoon ground ginger. And, just eyeball it. And then just under 1/2 teaspoon of ground cloves. Cloves are just very strong, so you don't need too much there. Kind of go under. Well, that's 2 under now, isn't it? All right, perfect. Okay, making sure you get the size down there. Yeah. A little bit of salt really helps bring out the flavor. And then I know I'm missing something. A 1/4 cup of maple syrup. You could also use honey. You could also use light or amber agave nectar. So the 1/4 cup is just the right amount. It's not overly sweet and it's not bland either. So it's just the right amount. It's a nice dessert if you're watching your sugar intake. Faux show. It's smelling really good too. Okay, all that's left to add now is the coconut oil, and we're just gonna heat that over low to make it, melt it down into a liquid and pour it in there, and then we're gonna get this sucker in the oven. I'll just keep whisking and pour that in there. Oops. So good. It's just so smooth. It has a great pumpkin flavor, a little bit of that just sweet maple flavor with some nice spices. And here we are. It's a beautiful, beautiful pie. Okay, ta-da, and it's done. You can tell that it's done because I sliced it open pretty good right here, but hopefully you can see that it's staying separated and it's not coming back together in a runny way. So that's how we know that pumpkin pie is done. I'm just gonna let it sit and cool for a couple hours to firm up, and then cut myself a piece of pie. Thanks so much for watching. I hope that you found this tutorial helpful and inspiring. And if you'd like to check out more tutorials such as this and recipes, please go to my blog at www.gabriela-s.com for more inspiration and tips on how to live a Renaissance life.